Hey guys, Rory McKernan. I am at CrossFit HQ, joined by two-time champion of the CrossFit Games, Annie Thorisdottir. Annie, in those 2 years, you went first and third in the Open. Is that a coincidence? Do you think there's a correlation there that matters? How well you do in the Open, how well you do at the Games?
I think that's a really tough question, actually. I think, yeah, you can look at it in a way that you can kind of see how your competition is doing and where you stand at the moment. But the Open is still just the Open. We still have a few months until regionals, and you still need to, even though you might win the Open, you still need to qualify for the Games. Like, you're not there yet. So yes, it shows you something where people are, and it shows you maybe what holes you might have in your game, but it's still not there yet. You
were out for an injury. We've talked about this before, but I want to hear again just how difficult that was for you and how it affected your training coming back.
I'm not going to start crying. No, that was really hard, and it was kind of that just phase that you had to get through, and also just the facts that I was hearing, like, from doctors and physicians and people around me that were supposed to kind of like get me back there. They were like, you're never going to become 100% again, and hearing those things is not really motivating. And for me as an athlete, like, you don't want to get 100%. You want to get better than you were before. So with, like, hearing those words, it just didn't fit for me. It didn't make sense to me that someone would actually say that. So I wanted to prove them wrong, and it was that kind of gave me that boost to, like, no, I will not hear that, and gave me that, yeah, boost to keep on pushing, and obviously, like, make sure that I would recover enough, which is why I had to just take that year off, and it actually took a lot longer than I expected. But I feel like I've proved them wrong, at least in many of the things that I'm doing. I've improved my lifts in the Olympic weightlifting, maybe not in the powerlifting yet, but I'm getting there with my squat, I'm getting there with my deadlift, I'm feeling good, like, it's not bothering me anymore. So I feel like I'm getting there, and that it's definitely possible.
You're tied with one male athlete, Ben Smith, in how many regionals you've won. That's most ever, 5. Who now is your competition? Samantha Briggs has moved to the United States. What does the European regional look like?
Well, we're combined with Africa and Middle East. I'm not sure what athletes are going to come from there. I do believe that my strongest competition is going to be Icelandic girls, actually. And I honestly think that we're going to take up the podium from Iceland. It's hard to say specific girls, but there are strong girls coming up. It's going to be Katrin. She's really fired up for making the Games again. And Ragnar Sarah, she's improved so much for the past year, just in everything. And yeah, then we have a few more really, really strong Icelandic girls. So I think that's going to be, like, the top.
What would make you satisfied at the end of 2015? What does the result need to look like for Annie?
Having a 100% healthy, good training year, going into the Games and being able to hit every single workout 100% instead of always feeling like I need to hold back a little bit, that I'm a little bit scared or nervous about something. Being able to hit it hard and not make any mistakes, and then I'm going to be happy. No matter what the results are, I know that I'm putting in all the hard work right now, and I can't do anything more than that. Like, if the other girls are going to be better than me at that point, then that's how it's going to be. Obviously, I want to win the Games, but you can't put more pressure on yourself than that. I'm not going to wish for the other girls to trip in a workout. But I'm just hoping that I'm going to be in a good enough shape so that I'm going to win it.
And so what is the future going to look like for you? How long does this thing go?
Wow, if you would have asked me 2013, I would have said 1 more year. But now, I don't know. As long as I'm enjoying it, I had so much fun last year. I felt so good last year. I was so happy doing what I'm doing. And that meant that I was going to go for another year. And I kind of take it 1 year at a time, but at the moment, I feel like I could do this for a while more. Yeah, so short answer, 1 year at a time, but I'm going to be doing CrossFit for the rest of my life. If I'm not competing at the games anymore, an individual, I'm going to go team, I'm going to go masters. I'm going to be doing this for a long time.
Cool. Well, we hope we have many, many, many more years of watching you compete, and I can't wait for the rest of 2015.
Thank you.
Thanks, Annie.